Okay, good morning, guys. I am once again very proud that you guys signed up to come on here in the morning, even though you're still at home. Very, very proud of you. We're on Pear Deck. If you can't get in, don't stress about it. You can use the chat room to write in, but I would like to know what was the best part of your weekend. I I've always loved knowing what's going on with you all, and even more so now that we don't get a chance to meet in person. Okay, let's see what people are saying. All right, someone got to stay up late with my family and they had a little party. Oh, that's fun. Someone said being with their family and playing games. And someone I think is still, oh, someone got to play basketball. Oh, that sounds fun. Being active. I'm excited to work out today. And someone else got to relax and finish homework on Friday. Good. I'm glad that hopefully you guys aren't stressed out, that you're trying to make the best of our situation right now and, yeah, enjoying family and doing fun things. Good. Okay. So, just so that you have time for your other classes and you're not hearing teachers talk back to back, I'm just going to go quickly through our agenda today. So, we're going to learn more about genes that are involved in cancer. And you're going to learn this by actually doing what scientists do and use databases. So, we're going to look and research genes involved in cancer on a gene database. And you're going to show that you've learned genes that are involved in cancer by completing a genes and cancer assignment that will be on Padlet that I'll show you. But before we begin, I do want to kind of see where you are. So I want you to draw or type two things you already know about genes and cancer. Draw or type two things you already know about genes and cancer. Oh, that's a good turn. Mm-hmm. These are good so far. I'm going to show some of the answers that I've seen so far. You can keep typing. So someone said cancer is kind of immortal and cancer can be passed down. Very true. Someone else said that they know that genes multiply when they get a signal. Very true. And that cancer has many different stages to it. Yes. And someone else said that cancer is a very complex disease. Yes, it's actually a very complex group of diseases that we will be seeing a lot more of. Yes. I like these faces right here. They show how you should feel about cancer and how hard it is to deal with. Okay, well, let me show you what we'll be investigating in your assignment. So, we've been learning about cancer. We've learned about how the cells behave, how the cells look, the things that they do. We've learned a little bit about tumor suppressor genes and oncogenes. And what we're going to learn about now are the names of specific genes that are associated with very specific cancers. So, if you are able to click on this link here, you will be taken to a website that's called the Genetics Home Reference website. And so this is from the National Institutes of Health Library of Medicine. And as you can see here, that's the National Institutes of Health. So this website is to give people information specifically about genes associated with disorders and just about genes in particular. And what I want you all to do is you're going to scroll down on this list. We're in C, and they have a list of cancers. So cancer of breast, cancer of bronchus, lung, ovary, parathyroid, prostate, bladder. And what I want you to do, number one, is choose one of these cancers that you would like to know more about. So let's say I choose bladder cancer. And they'll give you information about bladder cancer here. They'll describe it. And once you read that description, what I want you to go to is something called causes right here. So in causes, what they'll do is they'll start to list some of the genes or mutations in genes that are specifically related to this cancer. But if you go down here, there's a gray box that says learn more about the genes and chromosomes associated with bladder cancer. And if you click that, they'll give you a whole long list of genes associated with this bladder cancer. And that is what I'm looking for you guys to research. So your assignment is that you're going to, number two, after you go to that website, choose a cancer that you would like to research. And then in Padlet, it'll look like this. The instructions are here. You are going to write the name of the cancer that you chose. Then you're going to write the abbreviated name of a gene related to that cancer. So you can choose any gene from that list. Then you're going to write the full name of the gene. Now, the full name of the gene can be found once you click on it. So I'm just going to click on one, FGFR3. Like, what in the world is that? So FGFR3 gene is fibroblast growth factor receptor 3. That is the full name. So when I ask you to write the full name of the gene, that is what you are writing here. Next, it says, then write the name of the protein that the gene codes for. So sometimes the protein has the exact same name, and sometimes the protein does not have the exact same name as a gene. But in this case, it has the exact same name. It says it provides instructions for making a protein called fibroblast growth factor receptor 3. So you just write it again because they have the same name. The gene and the protein have the same name. The next part is write down the normal function or role of that protein in your own words. So there is a lot of information here. I don't want all this information. I want you to put this information in 1 or 2 sentences. Like, what does this protein normally do? What is its normal role in your own words? Then number 6 is I want you to describe how abnormal function of that gene can cause cancer. So they have information here where they talk about health conditions related to genetic changes. And if you find the cancer, they explain here how mutations in this gene is related with that cancer. And this was under health conditions related to genetic changes. And then lastly, well, second to last, you are going to tell me the chromosome location. So remember, we've been talking about genes and DNA and chromosomes, and it can kind of be confusing. But remember, a chromosome is a very long piece of DNA, and genes are sections of DNA. So you find genes on specific chromosomes. So this gene, FGFR3, is found on chromosome number 4 on the short arm, which is called the P arm over here, and it's at position 16.3. So what you could write is 4p16.3 is where it's found. They even tell you the base pair numbers. Like, look at how many base pairs there are even at the beginning of this chromosome. It looks like it's right at the top, right? But apparently that's chromosome 1,793,293 is where it starts. So you can only imagine how many base pairs are in this full chromosome. But anyway, you're just going to give the chromosome location. And then lastly, on Padlet, I want you to comment on someone else's post. So your comment can be a question, or you can make a comment on something that you think is interesting about what they found. I believe there are enough genes so that you are not going to repeat someone else's post. So whoever posts a gene first, it is their gene. No one else can post that gene. But if you try to post a gene that someone else has posted, I'm going to tell you that you have to find another one. So whatever you, like I said, whoever is first come, first serve for these genes. I don't want to see repeated genes. There are quite a few genes. So when I went, if I press back and go back to, this is just bladder cancer. It wasn't even all of the other cancers. When I went to this gray box and said, learn about genes, there are quite a few here. And that's just for bladder cancer. So that is your assignment. You are going to choose a cancer that you would like to research, then find a specific gene related to that cancer, and you're going to be providing information about that gene and then commenting on someone else's post. And this is all done on Padlet, and that assignment has already posted in Google Classroom for you. So these are the assignments that you've had so far. And now number 4 is this research a cancer gene and its protein. But that is all that you have to do. I'm going to stop the recording right now for some questions.